Hi, if you or someone you know has chronic acid reflux or GERD, you know that trying to get a good night's sleep can really be a nightmare. You may find yourself waking up a couple hours after going to bed with awful burning in your chest, choking or gagging on regurgitated food, nausea, and lots of other really terrible symptoms caused by acid reflux. This nightly battle leaves you exhausted the next day and even worried about what the next night is going to bring. And, as if the suffering night after night wasn't enough, you may also be concerned about the damage that's being done to your body from repeated exposure to toxic stomach acid and the fact that some of the medications you have been using to treat it have recently been linked to some really serious side effects. If this sounds like you, I'm really glad you're watching this video. What I'm going to tell you over the next few minutes is literally going to change your life or the life of your loved one who has nighttime heartburn or GERD. Our company was founded by a retired physician who, just like you, suffered for years with chronic nighttime heartburn and reflux. Dr. Melcher had tried everything from sleeping on a bed wedge, propping up the head of his bed on blocks, sleeping in a recliner, not eating several hours before going to bed, avoided pretty much every food that actually tastes good, and was taking about every combination of anti-reflux medication possible just to try to get some relief. Any of that sound familiar? Well, after developing a precancerous condition called Barrett's esophagus, Dr. Melcher decided he needed to take his health into his own hands. He hired a small team of engineers and designers, of which I was included, with the mission to develop a sleep system that would actually work to alleviate his reflux. What we found in our initial research and development was that propping up the head of the bed or using a bed wedge really doesn't give you enough upper body elevation, or you just slide down to just your head and shoulders are elevated, which really doesn't help with the reflux. We also found that studies dating back to the early 1960s showed that sleep on your left side was better for reflux than sleep on your back or on your right side. So, we decided that this new sleep system needed to allow you to sleep both at a proper incline and on your side. After several years of development, testing, and independent clinical trials, we are so excited to share MedCline with you and the other sufferers who suffer on a constant basis from nighttime reflux. So now I would like to introduce you to MedCline. There are two components to MedCline, the incline base and the wraparound body pillow. MedCline can be used in any size bed and takes up just half the size of a queen size bed. You simply place the incline base against your headboard, put the body pillow on top, and you're ready to get in. As you lay down on MedCline, place your downside arm into this pocket. This feature removes pressure from your downside arm and shoulder, but more importantly, it keeps you from sliding down the incline while you sleep, which is one of the fundamental flaws with bed wedges and propping up the head of your bed with blocks. Regarding the wraparound body pillow, this pillow is extremely comfortable, but its main purpose is that it helps you stay on your side while you sleep so that you stay in the perfect inclined side sleeping position for maximum relief. So at first glance, you may be thinking, MedCline just looks like another fancy wedge pillow. Is it really that much better than a wedge? Is it really worth the cost? Well, we knew early on from Dr. Melcher's experience and from the experience of many other early MedCline users that MedCline really was far superior to anything they had tried before. But in order to prove this to ourselves and to the medical community, we knew it was necessary to conduct extensive clinical studies with experts in the field of gastroenterology, and so we did. To date, 5 clinical studies have been conducted with renowned research institutions like the Medical University of South Carolina, the Cleveland Clinic, and USC, with ongoing studies at Stanford and Vanderbilt. So what do all these studies show? They prove that hands down there is nothing more effective at relieving nighttime heartburn, regurgitation, and all the other traumatizing symptoms of reflux than MedCline. MedCline was studied head-to-head versus bed wedges and studied using the same validated questionnaires used to evaluate the effectiveness of some of those popular medications for treating nighttime heartburn. And still, MedCline came out on top, way on top. We're not talking about 5 or 10% better, we're talking 87% reduction in acid exposure in your esophagus at night compared to a bed wedge. 93% of patients also reported a reduction in nighttime heartburn, 95% of patients recorded an improvement in overall sleep quality, and the list goes on. The results of these studies and feedback from customers have been so overwhelmingly positive and consistent that it's allowed us to offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you or your loved one is not 100% satisfied with MedCline, just let us know. We'll send you a prepaid return shipping label so you can send it back to get a full refund. You know, here at MedCline, we still scratch our heads occasionally and ask ourselves, why didn't someone else come up with this idea sooner? We don't know why, but what we do know is that you will finally be able to get the relief that you deserve and at no risk to yourself because of our 60-night money-back guarantee. You know what the biggest regret of MedCline users is? Is that they didn't buy it sooner, or that they wasted time and money on a bunch of other products that promised results but didn't have any data to back it up, and they weren't able to return them. So, if you're ready to take back control of your nights, I really encourage you to buy MedCline today. Or, if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call at 1-800-610-1607. Thanks for watching.